Go ahead.
Okay, what?
You said you were mad about Bill Maher saying the N-word the other day. By the way, the senator he was talking to just laughed and didn't seem to mind. He was an idiot. And a lot of people got mad at Maher. I listened to some right-wing radio hosts on Red Eye Radio. I think Gary McNamara, I forget the other, Eric something. They were just both mad that white people can't say the N-word. They're really stupid and they're selfish and racist. But what did you think of Bill Maher?
Bill Maher had no business talk like that. First of all, to call our black friends the N-word, I tell you, Bill Maher, you are the scum of the earth.
He didn't say it about black people. He said it about himself.
It doesn't
He was making
matter.
a joke.
I'm saying
I thought it was ugly because it's like he's parading around having fun with a horrible part of black history.
Exactly.
And having fun with the part of black history that he wants, but ignoring how horribly blacks were treated with that word and are still treated and still are marginalized and brutalized.
Like I said, he had no business say that word, the N-word, and I say Bill Maher is the scum of the earth. He deserved to be fired. Fire Bill Maher.
Where are you looking? You're looking like over here somewhere. Like
there's a camera.
Oh, no, you're looking like back there. Like there's something.
Well,
what, you looking at the headrest of my car?
No, but anyway, Bill Maher is a jerk. He's an ass. And also, he's the scum of the earth. Bill Maher, you the scum of the earth. You deserve to be fired. HBO, fire Bill Maher. Fire him. He's not gonna starve anyway. Fire him. He deserves out. He is an asshole. That's what it is. Such an idiot. Such an idiot to talk like that. To talk like that. That makes me very angry. What about if someone else said that word in the street to somebody? And then what happened? The thing is, who the hell you think you are, Bill Maher? You ugly piece of humanity. That's all I can say. You're the scum of the earth. You are a jerk. You are, such an idiot and ass. And I don't even want to spend a moment of my life talking to you. HBO, fire Bill Maher. Bill Maher is nobody. He's nobody. And I can say this, whenever Bill Maher is you pick up trash day out in your neighborhood, put yourself out there in the trash can so the garbage collector can pick you up and throw you with the garbage, because that's what you are, garbage. That's it. But the thing is, did Bill Maher look himself in the mirror how ugly he is? Man, Bill Maher, you the hell, you ugly as hell. Yeah, and you calling somebody the N-word? Man, you ugly.
Again, but...
You ugly. Just take it. You ugly, accept it, admit it. And you have the... How dare you? How dare you open that ugly, filthy, nasty mouth of yours to say that for the black folks? How can you say that?
Not only that, one last thing, all the white people who get angry, if you say stuff critical about white people and white power structures and white racism and how it's impacted black people, you people are cowards and you seem to hate white people. Because what is anti-white about pointing out an opportunity white people have to be able to speak up and get better treatment and better representation for black people when so many white people are in power? What's the downside for whites? That's not anti-white. It's anti-white to think that white people are so low and so powerless that any criticism of white racism is an attack on all white people, and you identify with them. You don't identify with good people, you identify with white skin, and therefore criticizing white racism is anti-white. And by the way, it shows you think nothing of white people because, no, I'm not done. Because it shows you think white people are almost like inhuman in that they don't have responsibility. Not guilt for things they didn't do, but responsibility to change things, things and responsibility to decide on their behavior, whether they're going to choose offense or not at people criticizing white racism. It's not an attack on me to criticize white racism. It's a good thing for me, for a white person to hear that, because that's good for everybody. Why would I want to shy? That's like saying I'm not up to the challenge. I'm feeble. I'm a loser. I can't face this. The responsibility of saying something against white racism, and therefore I'm anti-white. You're losers, all you racists who think that.
Okay, all I can say, Bill Maher, you powerless. You have no power. You nobody, and it doesn't matter what we are, black, white, yellow, red, dark skin, light skin, we all equal, okay? We all equal. So I spit in your face, Bill Maher, and HBO, fire Bill Maher. You deserve to be fired. Okay, that's it. I don't want to spend any moment talking about that jerk no more. He's a jerk. That's it.
I remember watching him because he's very funny, but I think he's also racist.
He's no fun. He's ugly.
He is funny, but he's got very tribal views, ignorant views of people who basically look different, and he thinks just because some terrorists are Muslims, therefore Muslim is the connection between terrorists and all other Muslims. Not the terrorism, but it's, oh, they're Muslims, so that's a potential terrorist. But I remember watching him during the presidential campaign. He was criticizing a Black Lives Matter protester for interrupting Hillary Clinton because she said in the 90s how there were some super predators. That's her term, super predators, meaning black people, that her husband, when he was president, helped bring new laws that ended up getting tons of black people in prison for long sentences and basically having their lives destroyed in order to appease white people and white voters who were scared of black people. And they basically used fear to get people scared of black people, and Hillary Clinton used that term super predator. They brought it up on Bill Maher's show, Real Time, and Bill Maher said he was so angry. He is like, that is so fucking stupid to criticize Hillary Clinton right now because Donald Trump is so much worse. Therefore, you shouldn't criticize Hillary Clinton. First of all, that's the least persuasive argument ever. How does that work? If you don't criticize her, you think other people don't have the thoughts of criticizing her, that they're not going to see Hillary and see that whatever their own criticisms are, or see how phony she is. And yeah, how she plays every side she can to try and get voters and try and poll and test every idea to make sure she gets the most broadly appealing message out without ever offering a strong message. So this protester was yelling at Hillary Clinton about, she said black people were super predators, and Bill Maher just said that is so fucking stupid. Basically, don't criticize Hillary Clinton right now. And what's the point of that? So it's like for him, an election is not about actually getting good ideas. It's just about maintaining power. Like, we got to make sure you don't criticize Hillary. And again, that doesn't work. It's like saying, well, don't criticize Hillary Clinton because we don't want to fundamentally oppose these ideas. We just want to make sure it's Democrats who get away with them. That's what he is. Basically, he wants Democrats to be able to win. And when Democrats do it, it's not as bad as when Republicans do it. So if Democrats lock up thousands of black people and get the police relationship with them to be much more adversarial, it's okay because we need them to keep winning because the Republicans are going to be worse. When in reality, they're both working in tandem, basically. It really wasn't surprising to me when I heard he said the N-word. And,
God.
And people started showing clips of all the other times he's said racist stuff too.
Okay, you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it shows how ugly what he's saying is, and his whole attitude of basically, yeah, it's kind of not only his racism, which is there, but it's like his hard-headed cruelty about other races, other ethnicities. It's kind of ironic, like I was saying. He seems to think, well, no, certain ideas aren't fundamentally bad. They're only bad if Republicans can institute them. It's kind of ironic that this is happening here and that, okay, he said that, it got a lot of controversy and people are talking about it everywhere. I was listening to Red Eye Radio. They're two white Texan right-wing radio show hosts who freak out at anything criticizing criticizing the police or white people because just me mentioning they're white, somehow they don't get that I'm trying to establish who they are in the context of history of white people dominating blacks, that somehow I'm anti-white just by pointing out that white people have been cruel and have power structures in place like the police force that devastated many black people. First of all, they were saying that it was stupid of Maher to say this because he should know better not to say it, but then they said they were angry saying, of course, white people can't ever say that word for some reason. Like, they don't understand. They think it's just, to them, the history of killing black people while saying that word and while thinking that word about what they are is invisible to them. Therefore, everybody gets equal treatment now. There's no racism. There's no police brutality. There's no underfunding of black neighborhoods and segregating them. There's no mistreatment by the courts of black people, like with the laws, the sentencing laws, and also setting high bails for poor black people who can't afford it and end up staying in jail for it. All that is invisible to them. So to them, it's like blacks have every single opportunity and great treatment that white people can get, and they therefore say, well, it's not fair that we shouldn't be equal. We shouldn't be able to say that word as well. So they totally ignore that, and they're almost commiserating with Bill Maher. These are right-wingers. So it's ironic that Bill Maher says he's so against the right wing, but he gets the support of them when he says racist stuff.
Yeah. And who Bill Maher think he is?
Or not support necessarily, but like some kind of like commiseration, like, yeah, white people should be able to say that word. Well, when white people get killed and enslaved with that word for 400 years and hung from trees, then yeah, then it's different when that word is used against you. But it's so ugly to say that. It's not the word itself. Words don't have any inherent meaning. It's the ignoring of how that word has been used and how it's dehumanized black people.
Not only that.
And for Maher to use it as a joke, it means it's like he's saying black people suffering is a punchline for me. It's a joke.
Yeah, exactly. And he's laughing at someone else's misery.